vacuum.
No.
A Dyson Airwrap.
Yeah.
Which was...
You do not give your wife a vacuum for any holiday.
No. Well, all of...
I did once.
Really?
But she asked for it.
Yeah, and you know who uses it? It's a carpet cleaner. Mm-hmm. I use it.
That's because your little robot.
She bought it. No,
just would
clean
like
poop.
Clean up poop.
Move poop. It wouldn't clean it. It would move poop.
Yeah,
it would move poop all around.
Finger pin it.
Yeah, it was so bad. We're live?
Yeah.
Okay. See if I can remember how to do this.
Do you know how long your stem is on your... How long of a stem you have on your bike?
It's pretty long. I want to say it's like a 120.
Because that's got a shorter top tube, so you'll have to get a longer one possibly.
140.
I don't know. He's 130, be 120. 130 is what he needs.
Yeah.
Like I said, Sam's got a million stems. So
Yeah, that's a perk of knowing a bike fitter.
Yeah.
That hurt. That helps. That helps a lot. That helps a lot.
The cycling podcast.
I'm turning it up because Paul hates it.
Grab your overpriced espresso and let's talk about your FTP.
You ever seen Waiting for Guffman?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
When he does the pelvic thrust?
Now shut up and pedal!
All right, poem time. Jonas took the Giro, making pink look routine. Now the Dauphiné favorite is barely 19. Paul and Jackson are here to tell me I'm slow. We're the Packfiller podcast, so on with the show. I had a bad time with a rhyme today, and so I went easy. Welcome to episode 530 of the longest-standing podcast on the sport of cycling. This, of course, is the Packfiller podcast. You know, think of us as a post-ride beer with several friends and one asshole. I'm potentially that asshole. As of the time of my show prep, the Waples brothers continue to diss the show with their absence. It's almost like we are trying to host the 250th birthday of the United States of America. Those guys are just declined to perform.
Yeah.
Let's see who's here with our regular introductions and our Big Barn prologue brought to us by our friends at Big Barn Brewing. Be sure to check them out on Facebook. No, really, Facebook. Why? Because Big Barn has popular multiple events, food trucks, and celebrations going on that you don't want to miss. For example, I guess there's a bar class coming up there. Remember bar? B-A-R-R-E? And it's bar and beer, I think. So it's like you go there and you get to work it out. My daughter-in-law liked it on Facebook, and I saw that and I went, holy shit, they do everything out there. So be sure and check it out. And I would actually be interested in doing bar if it meant I could have a Campesino IPA afterwards. That's all I need. Just make me drink. To go out there and tell them you heard about us. Please, heard about them from the Packfiller. We'd appreciate that. So tonight's prologue question. Not sure you guys have seen it, but the upcoming, by the way, Criterium du Dauphiné is now been renamed. This rolls off the tongue. The Tour Auvergne-Rhône Alps.
That's as close as you can get with a high school experience.
Tour Auvergne-Rhône Alps. Tour Auvergne-Rhône Alps. Yeah, so in honor of that, what is the name other than your parents gave you that you could pull off? A first name that you could pull off other than the one your parents gave you. Also, if your last name had to be a sponsor, what would that sponsor be? So your first name's a different name. Your last name has to be a sponsored product name. Okay? I'm dragging my feet a little bit because I always throw Paul under the bus for these ones, and this one's a little bizarre.
Yeah,
but
that is. I'm curious how you came up with that one.
It popped in my. I could even go first if you want, but you good?
Yeah, I think so.
All
but
right.
I can't think of the name right now, but I think of the character.
Okay, well, let me go here. So, first and foremost, he's the most popular person on the show comment section, believe it or not, Mr. Paul Main. You are. It's
because I piss people off.
Well, it's either they want to know about your knee or they want to know why you're such an asshole about rim brakes and tubeless tires. Yeah. I don't want to tell you what MFF, our local MFing Frank. He just
Well, that was a fat bike thing. Wasn't
it was a fat bike thing. Yeah, exactly. But
that's right.
Paul Main's here. You can comment all you want. It's fine. He loves it. Paul, if you could no longer be Paul Main, what would your name be?
What is the first name of the guy in Breaking Away, the main character?
Dave Stoller. Mm-hmm. So you'd be Dave.
Dave, because everybody says I look like him.
You do look like Dave. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm watching that in my classes right now with my students.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I make
Good
them
for
watch
you to
every
make
year.
it. Excellent.
They have to analyze a film that doesn't have special effects, that has a straightforward script, that is nothing out of the ordinary, and they have to interpret an ensemble video. But if you had to have a sponsor for your last name, what would the last name be? So you're Dave.
I'd stay on that same theme.
Okay.
Do you remember the little, was it
Chinzano?
Chinzano.
So you're going to be Dave Chinzano.
Chinzano.
There we go. From now on, he is Dave Chinzano.
There you go.
Next off, he is the most popular person in the, hey, how's so-and-so doing discussion groups. I get that a lot, especially with the bike down.
Yeah.
I get a lot of like, how are you after the crash? How's your bike? Do you have a new bike? All that stuff, which will all be answered tonight. But Mr. Jackson Bolger, how are you, man?
Good, thanks.
Yeah. If your parents had not named you Jackson, what would your first name be?
This is a tough one. I've never, ever thought of this.
Then I have done my job.
Yeah, I don't know. The first one that comes to mind is James. That would be the name that I could go by.
Well, that is your first name.
Well, it's not the one that I go by.
Okay.
No, that doesn't count. I don't know. Maybe
Jimmy?
I was gonna say Jimmy. That was another one that came to my mind.
Yeah.
So we could say that, and then a sponsor. Let's see. Let's do
Q36.5. Why not?
That's so. Jimmy Q36.5. I like that. It rolls off the tongue. That's good. Me, I am invisible. I have officially reached that age. I have noticed that I could probably like shoplift from a grocery store and never be caught again. I would be fine.
Uncle Leo.
I am officially Uncle Leo. I've reached that age. I've noticed it more in the last couple of weeks. It's just like, holy shit, I don't count anymore. And I'm okay with that.
Me too.
Especially when it comes to the grocery store. Because, man, flank steak's expensive. You just walk out the door with shit. It's free. I'm not really doing that. I'm not really doing that. My name, I always, and this has nothing to do with the fact that this is my father-in-law's name, Steve. I have had a lot of students call me Steve in the past. They say, you look like a Steve. You look like a Steve. So I would be Steve Depends.
Steve Depends. That's nice.
I want to be sponsored by Depends Undergarments because it has a double meaning. It's like, well, it depends. Or I shit myself.
I'm incontinent.
I'm incontinent, and I've always I thought it would kind of be a life objective to be that guy on the package of Depends.
Instead of
to be
Wheaties,
standing there
because of your age, you go from a Wheaties box at a young age to Depends.
I would totally embrace it.
Yeah,
I would be the guy going, yes, that is me on that box of Depends. Because they all have a human being standing there, and it's probably not somebody who pees and poops themselves. No, it's probably just some regular dude model, and he got paid for the gig. And I'm like, damn right, that's me. I'd put it on a business card. I'd be proud of that shit. You guys are looking at me like I'm an idiot.
You know, you'd be good on that package. Have you looking over your shoulder, and then have like a little brown spot.
Lump. Oh yeah. Well, you don't want the brown spot like because you're advertising. Like
don't trust to fart at my age.
Like the Morton Salt girl.
Yeah.
You know, just like, what? Oops. Did it again.
I need these.
Okay.
That's on the back portion. In the front, you're smiling because you got baggy pants.
Exactly.
Yeah. You got them on.
Gentlemen, it is, of course, the OG3 tonight. Things are hopefully going to go smoothly as wireless shifting. Paul, first off, World wants the update. Talk to me, Goose. How's the knee?
It has good days, bad days. I still can ride a little bit, but I suffer, afterwards. Had my MRI.
Okay, that was the last update,
and that was on Friday. I'm scheduled for a week. It'll be on the 15th. 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks away.
God damn it.
To consult with the doc who will be doing the procedure. There is a torn meniscus on the medial side. I do have some arthritis and some deterioration of cartilage and a torn on the other side. So the doctor I chose is a cyclist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
And I've ridden
okay,
with
okay.
him, and I actually did electrical work at his house.
Nice.
So when he was just moved into this house, so I think if he remembers me, that would be great. But at least I know who he is, and a couple of PT people said, yeah, that's the guy to go with. But he doesn't. If the arthritis is bad enough, that's not something he wants to deal with.
Oh.
So we'll see.
Okay.
Because he's going to analyze it while I'm there and see.
So we have no inkling of when, with, what, how, why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, obviously they'll have to do something. They
Yeah.
will have to do something. And I think David said it could be anywhere from 4 weeks to 8 weeks on
Okay.
recovery, depending on what they do.
Okay.
But if it's arthritis, I'm assuming, and I don't know, that if he doesn't want to touch it and there's arthritis is far along, that would be a knee replacement, and that is way longer than 8 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see.
Okay.
I don't think, unfortunately, EPO's out again for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's only 8 weeks, then I can do Portland, if we're talking about
This is
Portland
true.
Crit.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And there's 2 down there.
Okay. Well, let's hope for the best. Let's think for the best and and understand that the worst can happen. Okay. Okay. We're all above ground. We're all above ground here. So that answered a whole bunch of questions I had after that. You summed up everything in one, no offense, slightly depressing 45 seconds. Jackson, the cyclist without a bicycle. Give us an update.
Yeah, so I recently did put my gravel bike together.
You did.
Yeah, but it's
We've lost you. You're not a gravel guy anymore, are you?
I don't know about that. It's just the bike that I've got is it's just not what I am used to. It sounds very annoying because I am very blessed to have what I have, but at the same time, it's just not that speedy thing that I'm used to.
Yeah.
So I rode that one day and I was like, I kind of like it's something, but it's not good enough.
Okay.
So I've been running a lot. Like yesterday I went out pretty hard, just to feel, heart rate up again. And the form from Bloom is still there. I might have lost skin, but I didn't lose fitness. But then we ordered a frame.
Yep.
Really quickly, like within a week of when the crash happened, from Time.
Yep.
And it finally came. Do we want me to
hit this camera?
Okay.
So I can for those of you watching on the YouTubers,
Okay.
we can show it off, and we're going to do a little unboxing here.
So it has kind of been unboxed already, but
There we are. There we are. Jackson, what are you holding in your hand?
what am I holding in my hand?
Yes.
I'm holding a Time Alpe d'Huez in a size extra large.
Size extra large Time Alpe d'Huez. Does it fit in the frame from what you can see from a distance?
Totally.
This is it's pearl white.
Yeah, I would say so.
With the Time logo is just, Paul, how did you describe it? How they did the stickers? It's not a sticker.
They covered up the carbon, painted it, and then removed the Time stickers, and so you can see the carbon finish on that instead of having a decal or something on there.
I'm looking at this frame, and this is described as their quote climber bike. Am I kind of close in that? You can put it down. Obviously, it's so heavy that you can't hold it up much longer. It is so light. Oh my God. Described as their climber bike, which is an absolute ridiculous joke. Because I'm looking at those chainstays and seat stays, and they've got some beef to them. The tubes themselves have that I don't know what the word I'm looking for, taper or a look to them that they're designed, and that thing looks like it's gonna rock.
Yeah, for sure. It is not as far away from my BMC as I thought it was going to be in terms of shaping. It is very different.
Yeah,
I will say. But I don't know if it's as an unbelievable change as I thought it was. Also seeing David's, because David has the exact same one, but in
Except it's smaller.
I was gonna say it's a bit smaller, and it looks so different because of the size difference.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm really happy with it.
And
I'm excited.
You didn't do a flat black bike. I'm just so happy because I think in that stock they had a red, a black, and a white. That was it.
Yeah. I saw the ones online, and I knew I couldn't do the black because David already had a black, and black has never been my go-to color. But the red was tempting, but I thought, Paul's got the red, and I'm not really a red guy anymore, and so I thought, white. You don't see a lot of white bikes, and I wanted it because I went from such a uniquely colored blue bike that I was like, I want to keep with the unique colors. You don't see a lot of you do see a lot of white canyons, but you don't see a lot of, you barely see any times. So.
No. What's the plan for getting it all together?
Well, I do have. It's miraculous how the BMC essentially blew out a big, what's the thing that comes out of the steering wheel? Airbag. And was just like, we're only going to take the chainstay. That's it. So I have pedals, cranks, wheels are fine, chains fine, handlebars. That was my biggest fear because there was a little puncture hole in the bar tape, and I was like, no. And they're fine. Bars are completely fine. Hitting the ground at 42 miles an hour, I don't know how they're fine.
Your body took the abuse.
I think it did. And so I've got all that. All I really need is a bottom bracket, and I've been figuring that out. I have a seat post in mind that's actually pretty fairly priced. And then I need to figure out my stem. Paul, you were saying it's a little bit of this is a much different geometry bike than my last one.
Yeah, it's a shorter wheelbase, so it'll be a little better for crits.
A little quicker.
Quicker in handling. And then it's top tube's about 10 millimeters shorter than the other one, so you have to get that exact
reach.
Reach.
Yeah.
But we know a fitter that could probably figure things out.
I think he might be available sometime. If he ever shows up.
Yeah, and I've been talking to him a lot about this and just how it's going to come together, and we've got a good plan.
Yep.
Timeline.
Well, I would love. I'd love to have it ready by Thursday, but unfortunately, that's not in the cards. So what we're probably going to do is, from the people I've talked to, it sounds like we could get it ready 100% by our last race here in Spokane of June 18th.
Okay.
That'll be, that's 2 weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe me, are heavily in debt. And you don't want to create massive amounts of debt. You want to go out and spend, oh my gosh, I crashed last weekend. This is a part of my life. This is, the equivalent of severing a limb. And in order to get that limb back, I got to go spend $15,000 on a new bike.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. That's just so hard to imagine and fathom. Now, we did have some back channels and things like that where we were able to work these things out and make these things happen. But I thank God so much of your bike was able to be swapped over, because that's just such a gut busting change.
Two things that I really figured out from this whole process. One is I've must have been doing this for longer than I really had fathomed, because the collection of things that I have already, I've pieced together from over the years that I'm able to actually use at a high quality are great. So that has paid off. And this sport is really about who you know and where you can, kind of find avenues from. So getting to know your community is a vital thing to just, and it sounds like I'm saying use the people around you, use them as tools. No, but I'm saying they will come out and they'll reach out and you'll find out avenues that are a lot more accessible than what you really think the cycling industry is made of.
My father I hated the term networking, creating a network. This you got to play golf because that's the best way to network, and all that kind of bullshit. But in a lot of ways, a network is just a core group of people that you're nice to, and and who eventually come out, and help people when they're down. And so that's what's been really cool about all this.
Very thankful for the people that are surrounding me.
Yeah,
I will say.
Yeah. Jumping topics, Paul mentioned that there's a pretty good chance he's not going to be able to race the Everett Performance Omnium coming up in July. I do want to say that there's a very good chance that Packfiller Productions is going to be the voice of the event. We're going to see what that's going on about. We started the initial idea and the topic about it, and so we'll see what's going to happen with that. It could be a lot of fun. You could, if you're a fan of the show, if you know who we are, if you like our swag and all that kind of stuff, there's a very good chance that we might be there and we might be the voice of that weekend, and that could be a lot of fun, I think. So July 12th. Ish. I know it's around my birthday.
Yeah.
Bring me a present, everybody.
Yeah.
Bring me something nice, or just let me win. That would be cool.
Let me win.
I don't ask for much. Okay, let me podium. I don't have to win. I just want a podium.
There you go.
That'd be really cool. Although I've had one. So anyway, I'm rambling. So let's jump into it. Let's check tonight's headlines. With a shout out to our friends at Athletic Brewing. Thank you to Athletic Brewing for being a part of the show. Non-alcoholic beer-ish beverages, and they're delicious in very multitude of flavors. I just received some here recently, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. Check out the Athletic Lime and Salt and the Lemon Radler. Lemon Radler. Rodler?
That's
okay.
proper.
A Rodler is a good summer beer. Just to, post ride, slam it back. Paul's being a really good boy, and he's not saying anything, but he did correct me on Rodler, which was good. So no, my wife saw the Athletic Lime and Salt, and she went, "Oh yeah," after yard work and stuff like that.
You want to know what I actually really liked when we were in Vegas?
What?
I know you're gonna roll your eyes at me. Was Bud Light Lime?
Did you?
It was actually pretty good. It was one of the few drinks that you could have, and if you had it in your hand for a while, it didn't get gross.
Really? Like warmed up?
Yeah, you know how like a beer gets pretty gross if it's kind of like room temperature? Yeah. It didn't get as bad as the other ones did.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so.
And you can drink a lot more of them.
Well, you can
That's the thing.
fucking get
Yeah.
a massive one out there.
And you're okay.
Yeah.
Walk around with a watering trough in your
Yeah,
hands.
it's a crazy place.
Let's get to our headlines. Whole lot of stuff happening. Of course, we're going to talk about the Giro. We're going to talk about those types of things. But I do want to start off a little bit closer to home. The Peanut Butter Mud and the Ratchet Rescue. In case anybody was paying attention, the 20th anniversary of Unbound Gravel across the Kansas Flint Hills turned into an absolute mud year to remember. Severe overnight thunderstorms turned the gravel into a drivetrain snapping clay. European road racer Mads Wirtz Schmidt took an incredible solo win in the elite over the elite field, 200 miles in 9 hours and 14 minutes. Was Sofia Gomez Villafana take the savage five-rider sprint for the women's title. But the drama belonged around with Keegan Swenson. When Wirtz Schmidt flatted on the lead break with Keegan, he sacrificed his own rear wheel to keep his teammate in the race. And in the swap, Keegan dropped his hub's star-ratchet mechanism into the mud, forcing him to dig through the clay to rebuild his bike before chasing back to 5th place on the day. If you saw any footage of this, you would question cycling as an endeavor in any way, shape, or form, in my opinion.
You're talking about the whole race.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This entire thing. I know that, and I don't know what you guys think about this, but I know that Unbound is like the holy grail of gravel. I never want to go to Unbound Gravel after watching this. As somebody who pays for their own bike, I just seeing that mud and the chances of that mud being whatever they are, 20, 30, 40, 60%, 80% of that chance happening, there is no effing way I want to run through cow fields ingesting Giardia-based water, all that shit. They went under that overpass, that train trestle, and they were above their bottom brackets in water. This looked like, I'm going to say it, I love gravel. This looked like the dumbest thing I'd ever seen anybody do on a bike.
It would be fun to do just with a bunch of guys. Hey, you want to go out? Oh, it's really muddy.
Yeah.
But to compete in that situation. So I heard that the XL women winner literally walked 21 kilometers of it. It's a lot of walking.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Second place was it? How long did it take? I can't remember.
For the XL?
Yeah, for the
XL's 350, I think.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not for me.
I was gonna say I was gonna add an opinion, but if you got a question,
with the wheel change seen around the world, the spirit of gravel died the moment Keegan Swenson handed his wheel over to a teammate. You could hear the gasp happening of all the people who started in gravel watching this the day gravel racing became a team sport, a true team sport. Is the spirit of gravel, quote unquote, dead? Is gravel completely changed into this corporate structure where it doesn't matter about the individual, it matters about the team? I mean, I'm throwing all of these questions that I see on the internet that are out there, even though I have my own opinions.
I mean, I think of all of the disciplines, it is the closest to road. And I mean, you look at a lot of the tactics when it comes to it, they're heavily drafting off of one another.
Sure.
A lot of the time they're, playing the same kind of cat and mouse games that they do at the end of the races. They're planning their attacks specifically when it comes to long range. It is pretty damn close. I mean, they're even on a lot of roads. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it was almost a matter of time till something like this happened. A little part of me was like, oh, that sucks, especially for a guy like Keegan Swenson, who is just like on his day could dominate the world.
Yeah.
In these types of disciplines. But yeah, I'm not surprised that it's gotten to here. When I found out that he was going to that team, I thought this is going to be a different season.
Really? Mm-hmm. Now, it didn't seem like Keegan Swenson was forced to give it up. I don't know, nope. But it looked like he went, I feel like shit. I don't feel good. Here, take my wheel, win the race. Yeah.
So, yeah, he had a bad crash earlier in the year, and he's just coming around for fitness.
Yeah.
And Mads he already won the previous lifetime race, I think it was. So, I mean, in a team, that's what you're doing. I mean, now he's got the points, so that's who you're working for. So, I knew, I thought, when money gets involved, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to change, and that's exactly, it was, like I mentioned before, mountain biking, when it started in the late 80s. It was just like a fun for all. Everybody come up, and there's no big deal. Then, the bike industry comes in, starts pumping in, and pretty soon, like one of the guys that I used to work with loved mountain bike racing, and he did it downhill, and he had this rigid fork bike, and this is back
to say, I do remember very vividly a time in mountain biking where you could not accept assistance from anyone. If you got flat, you had to change your own flat. Nobody could hand you a tool.
That sounds familiar.
Nobody could do those types of things.
Like gravel?
Yeah, exactly. Huh. But now, Keegan gives him a wheel. Mm-hmm. So there we are. And I do remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, all the listeners out there, there were times in Unbound where you could come into a feed station, but you had to refill your own bottles.
Correct.
Early on, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now it's a NASCAR pit crew.
Yeah.
I mean, they're hosing off your bike. Mm-hmm. They're basically replacing everything, and they're sending you back out. But I do remember you could come in, and everything could be there on a table, but you had to restock and refuel. Mm-hmm. So,
same with the Tour de France when it first started.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They show those. If you ever on YouTube and you look at the raids where the riders would all pull over to a cafe and just run in and just start grabbing shit,
whatever they wanted,
and
food,
the people who
drinks,
ran the restaurants were just like,
"That's cool."
Like, go get them.
What I do think is really interesting about this situation, though, is that I'm pretty sure, I don't know for sure, that all of these riders are in the Lifetime Grand Prix. I don't know about Mads Schmidt, but I'm almost certain that a good portion of them are. Unbound is a big race, and now that Keegan got 5th, it changes things a little bit. Say Schmidt is in the Lifetime Grand Prix, and I know he came from the road. He's got to be damn good when it comes to Leadville.
Yeah.
Like Little Sugar, Big Sugar, all of these mountain bike races that are not in your typical wheelhouse. So I think that's going to change the game a little bit because Keegan is he'll probably win Leadville.
Yeah.
I mean, at probably a
barring
neck-breaking
some
speed.
kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just shakes out from there because Sea Otter, Braden Lang won. So it's still kind of up in the air. But yeah, that was a weird one. I was not expecting Unbound to end that way.
It was funny that morning I got up and I'm like, oh, I'll check out the highlights. And there were no highlights. The only recording was a 12-hour recording from the live stream. And the fact that we've got to the point where they're able to cover that, where they're able to get that live footage. Now, I know it's probably, in some cases, about as much fun as watching paint dry, but so are some stages of the tour. But the fact that we're now technologically to the point where these events can be covered, that's going to help. That is going to help. Because I know there's a core group of people who probably sat and watched all 12 hours. You're about to roll your eyes at me.
No, I'm sure there is. But, the scenery there is not beautiful.
Well, Green Hills.
Yeah, and the road's just a ribbon of dirt.
It
going.
It is.
I mean, there isn't, at least in road cycling, it's boring, especially flat, stages and stuff like that for sprinting stages and stuff. But, yeah, at least the scenery, and there's castles. But there's corn. Some people call that maize. I don't know how you fill in 12 hours talking.
It's
easier when you're in Europe and you've got points of history. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, Jim used to harvest over there, and then he did some custom cutting over.
They do a pretty good job from some of the stuff I've seen. I did watch Sea Otter, the gravel at Sea Otter, and I was at work, so I had it on subtitles. But they kept it going. I will say that they know the personalities behind the sport. They're able to talk about those elements. They're getting into industry things, they kept it going really well. And so I will say that about it. Now in 11 hours, holy shit, even the HBO Max coverage we watch, they switch through commentators throughout a 6-hour road stage. So you got to keep it fresh, but I don't think we're there yet. So, amen to the people who did it. I think you're insane. I mean, I will watch the carnage, but there's no way I want to race that carnage.
Nope.
I don't want to destroy a bike, and I don't want to run for 20K.
I was talking with Josiah, one of our teammates, and he sent me some of the posts, and I was like, this looks awful. Yeah. One, I remember Dylan Johnson a few years ago got severely sick from the mud year because of the cow manure that was in his mouth. That's disgusting, first of all. Like, I don't want to pay to get a hospital bill. Yeah. And then 2, I remember on Mariah a few years ago with her crux, it was like hard to bring it back to life.
She mostly severed the chainstay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's insane.
Just from mud wear. Yeah.
That was last year, right?
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Did she race it this year?
I think she was there. I don't know if she raced it, but yeah.
She was covering a lot of the new crux that came out. Yeah. But that's it. Yeah, the race just seems it's for a special type of person. I think he sent me one of those last year finishers, and they were like, his family, he comes up to him and they're like, how was he? He's like, I hate it. I never want to do this again. That was the stupidest thing I've ever done. And that was, and I am so unhappy.
Yeah. He's probably there this year.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. So it takes a special kind. It's not for me.
Yeah. I know some people who left Wenatchee a couple of weeks ago who were saying they hate it and they never want to do it again. So.
And
that was just the spirit in my head.
Yeah.
It was this guy on my shoulder.
I know.
Yeah.
I wasn't the one saying it.
No.
Yeah, it was the dipshit brothers who aren't here with us. Speaking of dipshits, in case you're paying attention, the 20-gram technical crime. We're looking to the women's Giro d'Italia kicked off in Ravenna with instant controversy when Lorena Wiebes convincingly won the open bunch sprint, only to be disqualified hours later. The commissaires found her Specialized S-Works tarmac weighed exactly, get ready for this, 6.78 kilograms. A mere 20 grams under the historical 6.8 kg limit. Team configuration had switched a single chainring setup for the flat stage, dropping the front derailleur weight, and mechanics failed to ballast the difference. Wiebes left the race in protest, packing her things in a camper van to clear her head at the Italian campsite, and the pink jersey was handed to Lisa Balsamo. She was disqualified for this. 20 grams under the limit. That is a fun-size candy bar. That is a double I battery. That is holy
banana
shit.
peel.
That is a banana peel. Is this a? What do you guys think about this 6.8 rule? Do you think it's ridiculous? Do you think it's outdated? And my next question is 20 grams a margin of error that should just be allowed? Where are we with this?
Yeah, I mean, I really felt like, because it was a predominantly flatter stage that day. Yeah, I don't know if 20 grams is really going to put you on that much of a power differential.
Is 20 grams ever going to put you in that much of a power differential?
No, because, I mean, she was 3 bike lengths ahead of the next rider. So it's not like 20 grams was going to take off 3 bike lengths. I don't know. I think it was stupid. For the rule, though, I think it's tough because they almost have to have a even playing field at some point, right? Because not everybody. I mean, UAE could probably create a zero gravity bike with all their money they've got, but say a Lotto Intermarché can't.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to fit somewhere in the middle.
Printing with. Come on. And my next question is, on top of that, Paul will allow you to answer the first one if you want, but how does a World Tour pro team let this go? How do you miss that? Who's losing a fucking job?
That's one on their side. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
As in I think that rule is antiquated without a doubt, and it was created in 2000. Was implemented, I should say.
Yeah.
So it was back when carbon fiber really wasn't around, and aluminum, they started making them unsafe. So this is just like another rule to make it all safe and stuff. But I never really, I mean, even when carbon fiber came around, my first BMC was under UCI, just stock out of a box with aluminum rims.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just barely, I think was probably maybe 70 grams. Lighter, but then there's a scale like you were talking, like accuracy.
What's your margin of error?
So you know, what you got a plus or minus. You know, but I would say 100 grams. You do have to have, if your issues are safety, you do have to have a large line across the sand. Say do not cross. Because it's just like, oh, okay, well that was 20. Well. That was 23. I mean, you start getting into that. So I understand that, but I think when, at least, I'm going to take it down, when I see a code when I'm doing an inspection, I have to understand what was the purpose of this code and why was it there, and does this really 100%, can I give variance because this is a situation that's not going to be a safety issue. I mean, I have that ability, and I think that's that flexibility. It's a flat stage, like Jackson was saying.
Yeah.
No. Now they did implement this rule, and there was a disqualification, and she did win in 2013 in the Giro for women, but it was an uphill stage, and she was 200 grams overweight. So I understand underweight. Excuse me. Yeah. And so you do have to draw that line. I understand that, but I think they will revisit this weight thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was really easy to put rim brakes, bikes below that.
Yeah.
And there was teams back putting like lead weights on the bottom bracket in order so they don't get disqualified. But disc brakes came along, and then all of a sudden weight was not a factor. Now we're getting back to that weight thing. So I think it should be tossed out, personally.
And for those of you who don't remember, who are either were not born at the time or probably had something else to do with your lives, we used to drill holes in our equipment,
That's
big and lighter.
That
We
is
used to
crazy.
walk around, literally drill holes in cranks, in chain rings, in bottle cages, in frames. I don't know. I never saw any holes in frames. Did you?
No.
I remember our old friend Randy Blaylock got into drilling shit.
Yes, he did.
And his cranks looked like Swiss cheese.
I've seen
How did they hold
derailleurs,
together structure?
crank arms.
Yeah.
That was the dumbest.
Yeah.
Handlebars. Snap.
It's crazy because like I saw one little and the crack's not that big in the chainstay, but I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Like bike's
Never
done.
touching it. Yeah.
But doing that crazy stuff is
But this was
insane.
steel, man. This was not
Aluminum,
going
and
aluminum.
Yeah, steel and aluminum.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. So
That makes sense then.
Yeah. Speaking of the Giro d'Italia, for the women, Anna van der Breggen is absolutely crushed the mountain time trial today, putting her over 1 minute 4 seconds ahead of everybody in the overall. Demi Vollering sitting back at third place, 6 seconds back from that. So we've seen some pretty high-profile unretirements before, but this is a pretty spectacular one right here, especially Demi van der Breggen's her old team director, for crying out loud. So we see here in a pretty comfortable buffer with the mountain still looming. Do we have to throw out the playbook in terms of what the original strategy was going to be? Because this is not somebody, Anna van der Breggen is not somebody you can just kind of expect to fall off in the mountains and drop back. So, I mean, it's going to be a very interesting design to see what's happening with the tactics with the remaining days of the women's Giro.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting to see them in the mountains because what I have seen when Anna van der Breggen has come back, Demi Vollering still has that step on her when it comes to the longer climbs. But I don't know. This year's a different year.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's when it's going to really start to show who's going to win this race.
I wish the races were longer. I wish because I keep thinking of this with the women going, Vollering's got plenty of time to get a minute back. Oh shit, it's over this weekend.
Yeah.
I wish I understood why we're still at that phase. I mean, I'm sure it's a financial thing, but I wish we'd get to that point where we had legit distances and grand tours for the women instead of these 5, 7, 9 days or whatever they might be. I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir and I'm sure you're yelling into a void, but I don't have the money to make it happen. So
I've always said I think it's up to the riders to determine whether they're too short or too long.
Yeah.
Instead of 3 white guys in Spokane, Washington
That's
saying
true.
this is not right.
This is very true.
But I would listen to the riders.
Yeah.
I really would. That's what it should be.
Stage a coup. Speaking of a coup, there is a managerial coup happening. In case you guys haven't seen, Lidl Trek has pulled an ultimate theft. Management shakeup has rattled the World Tour ahead of the Tour de France. Grecian Yearman, head of racing at Visma Lease Bike. If you've seen any of the Tour de France Unchained,
He went to Lidl Trek.
he is now been
I
made
didn't realize
to be the general manager of Lidl Trek, replacing Luca Guercellina. Hey, Guacalina! If I say that before, it makes me sound legit. Lidl Trek is undergoing a massive corporate takeover, naming Andy Schleck as CEO also. So immediately promoted Mark Reif to fill Neerman's vacancy. Visma did. The dude spent his 14-year racing career and over a decade in management with Rabobank Visma with that lineup.
What a loss.
That team is sought. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is this team theft? Is this loyalty? Or is this just supermarket money, baby?
Right there.
Yeah?
That's it.
Do you think he was unhappy, or do you think he was just like, I can't turn this gig down?
I don't know. I mean,
yeah, we're going to speculate here. We're full of shit. And everybody who listens to this show knows we're full of shit. So we can speculate all we want.
Yeah, so since we're full of shit, there's a new, because I'm a member of Escape Collective, and they had a special report on this.
Okay. We'll credit them for sure.
Credit, absolutely.
By the way, be a
knew-
member of that website.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
a great website.
They're able to get this dirt. We just bounce off of it, whatever shit that comes our way, and then we kind of fill in the blanks.
Exactly.
But they were talking. It was kind of interesting. So Lidl, or Lidl as Americans would pronounce it, Lidl is a big grocery store.
Yeah.
And they're expanding. And when I was down at Masters Nationals, they actually had one in Augusta, Georgia.
Oh.
So they have this campaign. The last, was it 8 months ago or something, they actually bought out. They own the team.
Yes.
This is a company that's
a lot of
Germany.
corporations have been doing this.
Yes. So all the people that have moved out and new people moved in are all German speaking, and that is their corporate. That's their corporate deal. When you work for the Lidl corporation, you have to speak German.
Predominant language.
Yes, that is, even if it's not your first language, you have to be fluent in it. So this is all information credit to Escape Collective. So I thought that was interesting. So it's as a pushing as a German. This is ran by a corporation, so things are coming into place. This is a good, well, not a good, but an example of corporate takeover type of thing. They're going to change the direction, and they want this team to win the Tour de France. So they're putting the pawns and the pieces in place. So the next is going to be riders, but management's the easiest thing to move. Riders are kind of hard. They're a little harder to kind of move around. So,
Dan, what it sounds like is money kind of talked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's what it was.
And Trek was holding it. So, if you remember the origin of Leader Trek and the Trek
Was that
Segafredo,
Leopard?
exactly.
Yeah.
Who was involved with that?
That was all Schleck.
It was all Schleck's,
Schleck
100%.
brothers, yeah.
Schleck's, and then Frank Schleck is the he was a director. Maybe he's even the GM of the women's team, and he has been for years. And Andy's
Holy
moved
shit.
up as from director, I think it is, up to GM. So he's the general manager.
Are they?
So they're taking the team from Luxembourg.
I thought so.
But they're right on the border of Germany, and they speak
makes
German.
sense.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Interesting.
Make your investments now. Check out your portfolio and invest in that. And if you're Paul,
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
if you're Paul Sexus, get a book on German.
Wow, you think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Juan Ayuso, get the hell
Yeah,
out of here. We
yeah,
got a 19-year-old that's way better than you, buddy.
2 steps back.
I would love to see him stay with Decathlon, but I'm scared.
There's no
there's
possibility
going
in the
to
world
be
that he will stay.
We'll
a blank check handed to that kid.
Especially if he does really well on the tour.
And he is out there busting Strava segments right now.
Not to get ahead of the game, but think about that's the unknown. Paul
Yeah.
Sextus for the tour.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Vindigo did not look too terrible and not under stress.
At all.
No.
He didn't have to turn on the light switch until week 3.
One of the climbs, it was a record standing since 1999 or something, set by Marco Patani, who's jacked up. He still beat his record time up the climb, and he was kissed his hand,
kissing his stem. Yeah, exactly.
And then we have Tade, and then Remco.
Yeah.
So
be exciting.
yeah,
Holy shit, we could have a good Tour de France on our hands.
Yeah, until the big crash, and then they're all not.
That's the thing. Yeah. Well, to go back to Paul Sextus too, I do think about, say he stays on a decathlon. You know who comes to mind? Who stayed on a French team for almost their entire career and then eventually had to leave.
Thibaut.
Him.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Bardet.
Yeah.
That reminds me a lot of that. These are our French guys.
Yeah.
But they stayed too loyal and they sucked at the end.
I'm going farther back. Last person to work for was Bernardino.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the last
one to
French
win.
winner of the Tour de France.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
1985.
I haven't seen it for that long. I mean, I just think of what the pressure this kid's under. Holy shit.
Well, hopefully, so young, it's just like, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
Right on, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever you say in
All
France
right.
is right on, bro.
Yeah.
Mais oui, frère.
I saw.
That's it.
It is.
There you go.
That was actual French.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I remembered it.
I saw a post the other day that was showing like what it would look like if it brought adult riders, like the senior men riders into like children, and it was AI.
Sounds like porn, Jackson. It sounds disgusting the way you're describing it, but anyway.
I don't think it does.
The adult into children?
Yeah,
That
like they
just
were
sounds
turning
like the Epstein
adults
files,
into
dude.
children.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, with
okay,
AI,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
that's on you.
Yeah, my brain went to a dark.
When's the last time you went to
dark place.
confession or something?
I'm going
Jeez
tomorrow.
Louise.
I'm sorry, I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah, but it went through every single pro rider, and then Paul Sextus didn't change.
Yeah.
That was the only one that didn't change. I thought that was pretty good.
Or he just suddenly went poo-poo in his diaper because God, that kid's young. What? Yeah, it depends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah, there we
There we
go.
go.
It depends. There's a marketing opportunity there. Sponsor his former Israel Premier Tech, because where's the burial grounds team right now these days?
It's
NSN. Is it pretty much? Is it pretty much them?
Yeah.
Oh boy, you guys! Before I finish out the news, I got to bring this one up to you. It's called the internal frame hydration aero war. I don't know if you guys have heard about this one. This is a story I found on the internet. Tech landscape coming out of the Giro shifted towards a highly controversial battlefield. You ready for this? Integrated internal frame hydration systems. Multiple World Tour teams have spent May racing with a prototype road frames where the traditional water bottle and cage are discarded entirely in favor of an aerodynamic liquid bladder housed directly inside the down tube. Wind tunnel data suggests this saves 4 to 6 watts of aerodynamic drag at race speeds. However, team mechanics and directors have raised significant pushback regarding the logistics of rapid mid-race refills on mountain stages. Yeah, no shit. And the high probability of a sticky bottle safety penalties if a team cars are forced to hold on to the riders for a prolonged period of time. I looked around. This doesn't look like bullshit. This looks legit. We've seen a lot of changes over time. Please tell me your thoughts of the running if this concept has legs.
I think it's kind of dumb. It's a water bottle, it's not really going to make or break that much.
Yeah. We see Lidl Trek with the aero bottles.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
If you're really that worried about it, just get bottle cages like that. My BMC has integrated bottle cages.
Yeah.
Figure a situation out like that if you're really that worried about it. But I just think that's going to be stupid. When it runs out, you now have more. You have this thing in your bike that you can't switch out.
Yeah, for me, it's like, so if it's a bladder, how they have to have a port to open it up to pull out that bladder, right? You got to clean that.
Yeah, you can't just tip the bike upside down every day when you get home.
What happens if you have, like, for me, I carry water and, like, hydration mix.
Worried about mold now.
Yeah, you got mold. You have bacteria. How's that? Were they going to have straws like in
try bike?
Yeah. So there's a lot of things in there. So this hose hanging up, the 5 watts that's dangling in the wind, or do you pull it back and it's another? I'm sure they can figure it out.
Maybe that's what he's been doing. He's not kissing his family.
He's taking on his bars.
He's laying a little quick shot of celebratory bourbon.
This goes back to where we're just taking it. I know the industry wants to create more business, more. Innovation creates more.
Somewhere
business,
there's a dentist going, fuck yeah!
That makes sense.
That's
fine.
3,
but what
jaws
do you do?
Wired shut away from buying that.
Well, my thought is there a way to dump it when you're sitting there and I'm carrying, 8 ounces, 10 ounces of water, and I'm coming to a sprint, and we are used to throwing the ball.
Eject?
Yeah. How do you... And then you're spraying stuff on. There's too many issues.
Everybody's leaving a trail. What is this? A fucking slug?
Yeah. Where's Victor Campinos? Is that one of those piss beat-ons?
This is Campinos.
Jesus.
Hey, coach, I need a new frame. Need a new frame.
Sorry,
please, because I pissed in my frame.
That's the way it goes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I never realized Victor Campinos sound like Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, a little bit. He likes, talk. He likes cobbles and being aero and lots of pauses.
The entire marketing idea of this just sounds absolutely ludicrous. And practicality of it sounds even more. I from what I understand, those Lidl Trek bottles actually will fit in a standard cage. There's or it's either that or vice versa, that the Trek's bikes actually can adjust to handle a normal
I think that
bottle.
makes sense.
Is that what it is?
Because you would have to get neutral feed, because sometimes they go to Shimano. They're not going to carry a Trek Aero bottle just for the Trek team.
Yeah.
So they would have to have something that goes in there.
And 4 to 6 watts. There is somewhere else you can get 4 to 6 watts.
We're counting. It's
It's
anyway.
really the difference
We're
from
counting
going
pubic hairs
up
here.
here to down here. Like
Yeah.
it's that little.
Yeah, exactly. And I just the ridiculous nature of it. The industry.
Or speaking of which, have you heard that the UCI is starting to look into BOA coverings on people's shoes, because it's I saw this from Velo Toes themselves, but they have these like little coverings that you can almost wrap around your shoe. It's like a piece of ace band that you could just put around the middle of your shoe. Yeah.
Really?
And they're saying it's too aerodynamic or something like that. Just stupid stuff.
Well, anyway.
And they're only $800 each. Retail.
Yeah.
Retail. Yeah. So here we go.
No.
Carbon fiber and lighter than
Groenewegen for a while there had that nose thing over the front of his nose, which made me think of your Oakleys, but it was bigger. I mean, it looked
His
like
went
some
over
sort of
his
a
full
attachment
nose.
to
looked like a Bond villain of
Yeah.
some sort. You know, it's like
There was a
it's bad.
70-year-old at a bike race that I came across that had one of those.
Do you think it
I
was
don't know what he
sun
paid
issues?
for it. No. It was
aerodynamics?
an aerodynamic thing. It's like,
Wow.
I saw your position, mister.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bend your elbows.
Yeah.
Greg.
Well,
Yeah.
he's 70 years old. His next, he's
Yeah.
doesn't have range of motion. It's like, I don't think it's really, you're not dragging on your nose.
Oh,
You
my
gotta do
God.
Something else. Do yoga.
Yeah. How are we looking on segments, gentlemen? We both got them?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry I didn't give you a
No,
time.
you can give us your own title this year, and this time, and that's absolutely fine with me. Our segments tonight brought to us by our friends at, you know what, I'm going to say it, Time Bicycles. I'm going to give Time Bicycles credit because that's right, thanks to Time, 2/3 of the show are on the road and going fast. And yes, I'm a certified time dealer, so contact me. Call me. So first and foremost, as always, we have Changing Times with Paul Main. I'm going to allow him to give his own title tonight.
I don't really have a title. It was
shit.
because it stems off of the bike or the frame that came out, and it's always exciting when you get new equipment.
It is.
And all this, even for me.
Let's
I'm
call it
excited
Guess
for
What
you.
Came in the Mail.
Yeah, guess what came
Mail's
in the mail.
here, mail's here, as Blues
But
Clues would say.
But the thing is all I'm trying to think. I was trying to think. How many have I had since 1985?
Bikes.
Mm-hmm. I think it's 12.
That
maybe 13.
is a back in the day show we have to do. We
Yeah.
got to go through that whole thing.
But my memories. The thing is, it is exciting. I don't want to, whether it's a stupid fucking fat bike, Frank, or whatever. I like that people get excited about a bike, and it is, and it's a new day, then first ride and
Yeah.
everything, and you'll find little nuances, and that it's an exciting thing. But now that we talked about bladders, and I mentioned this before in Paris-Roubaix, I don't want the bike itself to be the focus of everything. It is a tool for us. It really is, and it's one of those things that's really cool, and I love them. But and even gravel bikes, even mountain bikes and downhill, I appreciate all that stuff. It's not for me. You guys can have fun with it, but just the mechanics and just you are the motor to this piece of equipment. I think it's totally cool. But when you start moving the equipment that supersedes the way marketing is. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm going to say like socks. I just saw on, gosh, what was it? One of the videos, hundreds of videos I watch. One of them was putting on aero socks, and everybody's like, "No, I think it was Rocket."
Oh, okay.
And you're not wearing aero socks? No. And they're like spraying. He has to spray his leg with aero socks, stick them.
Yeah.
When you got to start doing this crap in order to save 3-4 watts, it's just like it just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And anyway,
Just get pissed and do a shot of espresso, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you get that. You know.
or
Yeah.
or you don't notice a difference. But that's
Yeah.
it. That's the cool thing about it. But that was it. I just thought that was it. It is exciting, and like, I was on. It's called Geometry Geeks.
Yeah.
You can put it any bike, what year, model, and everything. They'll tell you the geometry. And to me, working with building a couple of bikes and stuff, that really was my third bike that I bought. That geometry was tailor made for me, and it was a off the rack type of bike. And I've always stuck everything to that. That's what I was successful on.
73, 73.5 or 73?
Yeah, 73.5 seat.
Yeah.
57, run that 57
Yeah.
centimeter top tube. It was a 60 centimeter now. Things with sloping top tubes, 58.
Yeah.
But still, nevertheless, the best, all the times I think personally that I enjoy and have memories of, I couldn't tell you what bike it was on. I have to think about the year. It wasn't the bike that created the memories that we're after, the races and stuff. That is your experience. So, or what socks you have on, or whether you have internal bladders. So all that stuff is canceled out. We're doing this for memories, and when we're amateurs, we went to have fun and something to talk about when your knees blow out.
Yeah.
So
I didn't. Yeah. At no point have I ever finished a race going, oh, damn, I really wish I had an internal bladder because that would have made me faster. Or,
had I had electronic shifting.
Yeah.
I mean, it is pretty slick.
Beautiful. I can't. Yeah.
But I don't see where it would win a race.
Yeah.
I have never been in that situation.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Thanks, Paul. And before we get, I do have trivia for you guys, so I hope you guys are prepared for this. Loosen up your brains because we're going to do it. But it's time for the cool down with Jackson. And it's always a variety, but I don't know. You might be too giddy from your new bike.
Well, this is also about the bike. I've had this queued up for the past little while now. I mean, I've already kind of revealed my cards about what I did when I lost a bike, but
Oh boy.
I thought of what would happen though. Say this situation happened to you guys, right? You lost your bike in some sort of crash, and you got to get a new one. But let's take away the object of money, right?
Oh.
Would you build up the frame? Would you get a frame, choose your parts, do all that stuff, put it together yourself? Or would you just max out, go on, whatever site you want and pick, most expensive and go from there, right? Which one would you do? In my opinion, what I would do is, because figuring out this whole process so far has actually been, I don't know how to really put stuff together, but I'm lucky that I know a couple of people that do. And that part is the only really intimidating part for me. But finding, piecing it together has almost been kind of fun. I would go and I would find the frame that I wanted, and then I would just get the top items, get the top wheels, get all that stuff. That's the way I would go. But what would you guys do if you had the option? Paul,
I can go back. My first bike was off the rack, my second bike was off the rack.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a step up from the same manufacturer as Miata. And I went another model up on my second. That was the second one I did the most racing on. My third one, the one that I tailor everything off of, that was, at that point, I've been racing for about 3 years, and I knew what I wanted. And so it was peace. I chose my bottom bracket. I chose the wheels. I hand built my wheels. That was what you did back then. I had 2 sets of wheels, my training wheels and my race wheels.
Yeah.
You know, handlebar, because back then you could just, I had to get the 65 42s.
Yeah.
Chanellis. They were what Sean Kelly used. It wasn't a flat. I mean, I had.
You had
everything
crit
painted
bars?
on. Yeah, I did.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, you know, you
That
got on the drops
curve.
and you had
Yeah.
And that wasn't a climber. And back then we grabbed on the tops
Yeah.
to climb. Everybody's on the hoods.
Yeah.
I mean, even I am on the hoods, but I really go on the tops. But yeah, that's how I approach it today. Going fast forward all the way up to the BMC that I had that I liked, and I finally had to put it to rest after it cracked a couple of times. But that was out of the box, but it wasn't long before, you know, first things I did was wheels. Second was, you know, when something wore out, I replaced it from the original parts, the OEM parts. I put upgrades. You know what I mean? And that's how I did it. And now it's, if I have the parts, I'm on just buying a frame.
Yeah.
And
Are you
when
really?
everything's that's
Yeah.
the way to go. I mean, if I had the money, it's more expensive that way than buying a whole bike. But you know,
see, that's where I'm still stuck, because my current bike is rim brake. It's cable drive, shifting. It's all that kind of stuff. And so if my next bike, I'm not going to swap a lot of componentry off of that bike.
You're almost forced to go full build.
Yep.
I would go a full build.
And I would.
Yeah.
I would if I was-
I would
yeah.
just buy, you know, the equivalent. I'd go to the website and I'd just piece it all together and make it happen, because I'm starting in essence at square one. So,
well, let me plug time.
yeah.
That's one thing that's the closest manufacturer. If you look all the other ones, you buy a bike and it has 38 bars. No, that's too narrow for me.
Yeah,
you
can.
have to pay. Yeah, so when you order a time, you get your crank length, you get bar width, you get choices of wheels, you get more than any other manufacturer. So, I mean, that's about as close as you can get. The only thing I would probably do is toss out those bottom brackets and get what I like for a bottom
Something
bracket.
new.
So,
Yeah.
Because I've always thought too it would be a really interesting idea to do almost like if you've ever gone onto Nike and customized your own shoes, right? You can pick the colors, you can do all this different stuff, but they don't really have that in a lot of situations for bikes. I mean, what you were mentioning sounds pretty similar to that, but like I think it would be really cool to just go through a manufacturer's website and just be like, I want this for every little specific.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed the process. I'm excited to get it together. But yeah, it's definitely going to be
Can't wait.
something that is very different for me.
And I love the white. I really like the white.
I do too. Yeah, like I said, I wanted something more unique because I
Or should we
had
say
something unique
pearl?
before.
It is
Yeah.
pearl. It is not white. It has a little. It took the
Pearlescence.
light in the studio, and he was dancing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to be great. It's going to be beautiful, and I'm going to stay the hell away from it. You actually asked me before the show, before we went live. I assume it's okay if I keep it here, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not coming downstairs for.
Where's the safest place? I'll move it there myself.
Exactly. You're damn right you will. I'm not doing through that again. No, it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. And so, yeah. And there are only probably 10 to 12 times in your life where you type in the words new bike day. And it's going to be really cool. I mean, unless you go crazy and you have all kinds of bikes. But there are not a whole lot of new bike days. And
There really
it's
are.
one of the cool ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, gentlemen. It's reached that time. Not that one. It's reached this time. The road is opening back up to traffic. The team cars are long gone, and I can see the headlines in the rearview mirror. It's time for the broom wagon. Final segment where we sweep you under the remaining brain cells. Tonight, we have a head-to-head generational brawl between our steel retro veteran versus Jackson, our carbon fiber zoomer. Are you a zoomer?
Right in the middle.
Technically, yeah, you're pretty close. Tonight, the name of the category is the name on the down tube, gentlemen, in honor of our new bike. We are playing Verbal Buzzer. If you know the answer, you obviously chime in with your first name first, and then you get to call it out. However, if you are incorrect, that opens it up to the other person to answer the correct response. Some of these are easy, I will admit. Some of these, maybe not so much. So, we'll see who ends up with the best points total at the end. So we are going to start off with a modern classic. Trek famously uses an anagram naming convention for its top tier road frames. You have the Aero Madone. You have the Endurance Domane. What is the name of their ultra lightweight climbing frame that uses those exact same 6
Jackson.
letters?
Imonda.
That is correct. Jackson with Imonda.
Would never known.
You don't know the Treks, Paul?
No.
All right. This one's a little retro. In 1989, Greg LeMond won the Tour de France riding a carbon fiber bike plastered with Bottecchia decals. However, the frame was secretly manufactured by a highly specialized French aerospace company. What was the actual brand of his 1989 carbon frame?
Paul, I believe it was Time. No?
I can't accept that. It is. Jackson probably doesn't have any idea, do you? It's TVT.
TVT, that's right.
TVT was
That's
the name
right,
of that
that's
one.
right.
Question 3. Before it became a direct-to-consumer juggernaut, this German brand was simply a
Paul.
supply...
Canyon.
Paul is right with Canyon.
The only direct-to-consumer.
Yeah.
Well, they were a supplier of parts called Rodsport Arnold. In 2001, they changed their name to Canyon. In case you didn't know. There you go. Next one. When Richard Burke and Bevel Hogg founded Trek in a Wisconsin barn in 1976, they fiercely debated the company name. Hogg wanted to name the brand after a specific bird of prey, but Burke overruled him. What bird name was almost the brand of the biggest American bike company?
I'm going to guess, Paul, Osprey.
That is incorrect.
Eagle.
Jackson with Eagle. Actually, believe it or not, and this is totally ironic, it was Kestrel.
Oh, yeah.
Kestrel became its own brand later
That makes
in
sense.
life, but they wanted to go with Kestrel before Kestrel became Kestrel. Right?
Yeah, I knew that.
Shit. To conquer Paris-Roubaix and the gravel market, a massive American brand developed a proprietary front-end suspension system hidden in the steerer tube.
Jackson.
He
Who was
got
that?
me. He beat me.
That's specialized.
That is specialized,
Okay.
Jackson with specialized. It's called the Future Shock.
Yeah.
Question 6. Cannondale changed the industry with oversized aluminum frames. But when they were founded in 1971 in a loft above a pickle factory, their first product wasn't a bicycle at all. What specific piece of cycling gear did Cannondale originally launch?
Bags. Cycling bags and racks.
I will accept touring bags. Yes, that is exactly right. It was a touring bag and a trailer called the Bugger.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yep,
Yeah.
Never would
yep.
have gotten that.
We are tied at 2-2. Many boutique brands are actually owned by massive holding companies. What is the name of the massive Dutch transportation?
Pond.
Holy shit, Paul's right.
What was the company though?
There's
Actually,
four of them.
they own Cervelo, Santa Cruz, Bicycle, and Cannondale, and Focus.
Oh wow.
Pond Holdings, yeah. Wow, shit, Paul. Damn. Question number 8. Factor Bites is highly coveted boutique brand in the World Tour, but it was launched as a spin-off of a prominent British engineering firm that built wiring harnesses and electronics for Formula One aerospace. Sorry. What was the name of the original firm? If you guys get this, I will give you $5. It is BF1 Systems. Yeah,
No
that was a
chance.
hard one. So here's one that might be a little bit easier. Specialized as an absolute titan, but they don't own 100% of themselves, in case you didn't know. In 2001, a massive Taiwanese bicycle manufacturer purchased a 49% stake.
Jax.
Meridian.
It is Meridia.
No, I would have guessed Giant. So
Yeah. Holy shit. I didn't know.
I couldn't think
know
of the
that either.
name because they're out of the tour, but they're coming back.
There we go. Yeah, they are. Yeah. In 1979, Ernesto Colnago famously presented a custom gold-plated bicycle to Pope John Paul II. In what specific legendary Colnago frame model served as the base for the Pope's Holy Ride?
You're talking about the model?
The model of the Colnago that was given to Pope John Paul II.
Jeez, where are they at?
It is named after a city.
Pope
I will
John
tell you
Paul.
that.
So it's a C model,
Yep.
and so
Named
it
after a city.
named after a city.
No, not named after a city.
No.
I'm an
I thought
idiot.
it was a number.
Named after a country. I really want to edit that out.
okay. So
That I
it's-
thought it was a city, and I
it's-
said it twice.
and it starts with a C.
No, see, I was thinking the model is usually they have an anniversary model.
It is
Yeah.
the Colnago, Mexico.
Oh my gosh!
Never would have done.
Yeah.
I remember. I knew a guy who used to race on one.
Did you?
Yeah.
And Pope John Paul does now, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
oh,
it wasn't gold plated.
he's
though.
dead.
Did.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Next one, Tadej Pogacar has won his Tours de France riding a Colnago. But what is the specific alphanumeric model name of that flagship Colnago aero climbing bike he currently rides?
Okay, Jackson, I'm going to take a guess on this one. Is it VYRS1? I feel like that's got to be kind of close.
You're close.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
It's like a Y something, though.
YRS1.
I can't give it to either of you. It is. I will accept either the V3RS or the V4RS.
Oh.
I thought the Y was in there.
I
You
thought so,
guys know
too.
Yeah.
way more than I do. Way more than I do. We're getting down to the final stretch. How am I doing on time? I'm doing great on time. BMC is a powerhouse Swiss brand whose drop seat stay designs completely changed modern frame geometry. But what do the three letters BMC actually stand for?
It's got to be
I used to
Swiss.
know that. It's something machine company, but I forgot what the B, and it has nothing to do with bikes. It's not bicycle.
Biomechanical. Is it biomechanical?
You guys going to chime in with your names?
Is it
Yeah.
Biomechanical's Machine Company?
No, it is not.
Ah, well.
I'll just say they revamped it, but it was not a bicycle company when they bought it. And I'll just say bicycle manufacturing company.
That is correct.
No, is it?
It is Bicycle Manufacturing
Oh,
Company.
it's that simple.
Yeah, it is that straightforward, simple. Could you believe it? Eduardo Bianchi started his legendary bicycle company in a small shop in Milan. As the absolute oldest bicycle manufacturing brand in continuous existence today, I will accept a 10-year gap of what exact year Bianchi was founded.
Oh, dang. Paul, 1890.
Jackson, do you want to chime in on that and try to see if you're closer?
1900.
It is 1885.
85.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
By five.
crazy.
Yeah, 1885. That's some
That's
old
insane.
stuff. A couple left. Specialized recently released an incredibly lightweight, classic-looking carbon road bike. It specifically ignored all aerodynamic rules and was built purely on ride quality, ironically taking its name from a Greek concept of character. What is
Jackson.
the model name?
Athos.
It is the Athos.
I was going to even
Jackson.
talk about it earlier today when we were talking about weight.
Really?
Our teammate Dan rides one.
He does.
Does he now? Okay. Keep me away from it. In 2013, Specialized threatened to sue a Canadian bike shop named Café Roubaix. I interviewed the man on this very podcast, claiming that they own the trademark to the word Roubaix. Specialized embarrassingly dropped the suit when it was revealed that they were merely licensing the trademark from another massive
Paul.
brand.
Fuji.
That Paul is right. Fuji.
Oh.
I sold
had the
those
name.
bikes.
Did you?
Fuji
Yes,
Roubaix.
Fuji Roubaix.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How can
Yeah.
you own a name of like
A town.
A town.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they named the bike. They named the bike Roubaix because of Paris-Roubaix.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't really have that trademark, but that a name for
A
a
bike
bicycle
name of Roubaix.
as a Roubaix.
Yeah.
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 Interesting.
Last question, gentlemen. You ready for this one? Moots is a legendary American builder of premium titanium bikes out of Steamboat Springs, Colorado. What specific animal is featured on their iconic metal head badge?
Jackson, it's an alligator or a crocodile.
It is
whichever
an
you prefer.
alligator. Jackson comes through with 4 points. Paul wins on fortunately, sorry, Paul, I didn't mean to say that. It was just my father, Gene, kicking in with 7 points. And that is it. The sprint is over. The line's across. The broom wagon is officially closed. Thank you guys for being part with us tonight. And that brings us to the end of another Packfiller podcast for this week. With tonight's final K, the final question. Gentlemen, what's occurring? Jackson, I have to confess, I think we have the same trait. I grind my teeth so badly all day long that I have damaged some of my teeth. And it is stress-induced.
You know who's telling you that?
Who?
Fake doctor who just wants to make money and make a
He
bike.
just wants an internal bladder on his Colnago V4RS.
Yep.
Fools.
Exactly.
Fools. You guys, thank you so much for being a part of the show once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Screw the Waples.